These are our new prototype HDMI rotate and de-squeeze video processing units. So we rotate the camera 90 degrees. We put an anamorphic lens on in the standard orientation, and this is the image we get natively out of the camera. It's not very usable. First thing we need to do is rotate the image. So with our box, we can rotate it 90 degrees. And now at least the image is oriented correctly. We can now go to 2x de-squeeze, and we have a final usable frame. Now, these boxes are what I would call a passion project product. We set out to build something that was not going to be too difficult to develop, that would be easy to manufacture, and most importantly, would be an affordable and simple solution to monitoring vertically captured anamorphic video. So, being fully transparent, what is in this box is a Raspberry Pi processor on a custom board in a custom housing. We use a Raspberry Pi to keep things affordable. The Raspberry Pi processor is much cheaper than the FPGA alternatives that we could put in here if we were to make this SDI, or to make it faster, more reactive, etc. The second reason is that a Raspberry Pi took weeks or months off of our development time. Both of these factors contribute greatly to the price point here, so instead of paying over $1,000 for this, you now can pay a few hundred. However, with that does come some compromises. The first of which is going to be a little bit of latency. So this is not the lowest latency by any means. It's super usable for framing, probably not the best for focus pulling. With that, there can also be a little bit of frame splitting, or where part of the image might lag a little bit behind another part of the image. You kind of see a line through the monitor. Probably not great for focus pulling. And lastly, the color science in a Raspberry Pi is not amazing, but it is plenty usable. There are, of course, some other solutions out there. You can get a small HD monitor. Most new small HD monitors will have the custom de-squeeze, in which case if you rotate the monitor first, put a 0.5 custom de-squeeze in, and then you can monitor a 2x video on a vertical sensor. That comes with some drawbacks itself, especially if you are using something like an ARRI camera, which will have a much taller sensor than this Komodo. A taller sensor translates, once it is rotated and then de-squeezed, to a much wider image. So this Komodo image, being a 17:9 sensor, once rotated and then de-squeezed, is about 1:1. The equivalent image on an Alexa would be more like 1.37:1, making much wider. So if you're viewing a wide image on a vertically rotated monitor, you're obviously losing a good bit of real estate there. Other solutions include some bigger video processing boxes, over $1,000. So this is what we have. The final units will not be zombie themed or cobweb themed or winter themed. They will probably be gray or black. We probably will add a couple other features, such as 9:16 guides or 16:9 guides, or both at the same time. Maybe a punch-in feature that lets you punch into 16:9 if that's your desired final acquisition format. Other than that, let us know if you have any questions, and we'd love for you to pick one up.